Hello, and welcome to Dice of the Beholder, streaming the Dungeons & Dragons Essentials Kit, running to new players through their first campaign and their first ever experience in D&D, or at least trying to, in the most comfortable way possible, in competition with Greg, who is trying to foil me at every turn. But yes, welcome. Hi Jen. Yes, before we get into it, all Dungeons & Dragons streams are sponsored by the wonderful and amazing, first of all, Loki Battlemats, a fantastic creator, TTRPG accessory creator based in the UK. You can find many examples of their amazing big, giant, little, and modular dice map books over on LokiBattlemats.com. I will put the link in chat in a moment, or by searching on DriveThruRPG. And it's Loke. Please search for them on most social media and go show them some love. There are still late pledges available for their Wilderness Kickstarter to get all the lovely, the amazing bundle that I've got coming to me at the end of the year. Our second sponsor of the evening, and I believe now all of the players are kitted out, or will be soon, with these dice. It's Blink Dog Dice, a fantastic small dice creator based in Cardiff. Friends of the channel, friends of many of the Dice of the Beholder crew. You can search on their Etsy store, Blink Dog Dice, all one word, or find them the same way on most social media. Go show them some love. If you can find them on Etsy at the moment and haven't already purchased some, please pop over and using the code 20OFF, so 20 off, you can get 20% off your order on anything, and it's 90% of the products on their store are free UK shipping. There are only a couple of things that they can't get free shipping on, but you only have to spend £1. But yes, sponsors out of the way. Please work. Yes, it's worked. For fuck's sake. How does he know that I can't see the video feeds when... Charlie, can you? You've got your own channel for this shit, right? Hi, Biggie. Greg, Biggie's tuning in for the first time in ages. You know, I've just realised I don't think any of them can hear you.
Fortunate.
Now they can hear
you. Go through that intro all over again.
So they missed all of my excellent commentary on this Dead Cells stream that I'm doing. Then is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a shame.
So you don't have to go over it again. But yes, welcome to D&D.
I don't mind.
Greg?
Yeah?
Dungeons & Dragons?
Uh-huh. I can do both.
The chat wants to see you.
I don't imagine that they do.
Sure we want to see Greg?
The chat would, I think, prefer to see you.
Is this
Charlie, come just chat to me.
Is this what happens internally with Greg's character on his video?
I fixed it. It's me again. Charlie came to tell me off. I'm back.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yes.
But yes, for those who were not here last week and didn't manage to watch along or have not seen session 1 yet, our group comprised of Fergan Smurgan, a 9-year-old Warforged bard. What was your name again, Stu? Sorry. D&D Beyond has just shut down on me. Sorry, say again? Craig. A half-orc barbarian.
Did you step all over my name on purpose, by the way? I've been meaning to ask. I haven't got around to it.
What do you mean?
His name is Craig.
Ah.
Was that like a deliberate choice to get on my nerves, or are you? Is that just a name that you happen to come across?
I thought it was just a naive right.
Having a Greg and a Craig would annoy.
Yeah, I thought he took it over.
I'm glad
that doesn't remember it.
You've got the spirit of D&D already.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Name jokes. But yes, Craig, the half-orc barbarian, and Sidestep, the shifter ranger, made their way to the town of Fandlin.
That was me.
Someone ban them from the chat, please. Someone. But yes, made their way to the town of Fandlin.
I don't know if that's actually a spam thing, or if that was a helpful comment.
Absolutely is. That's fine. Or it could have actually been a helpful comment, but no, I don't.
I'm looking into that browser extension to see if it's legit.
No, there's a lot of VTT virtual tabletop stuff now. This all kicking off on social media, and I don't want any part of it.
Okay.
Because we don't do virtual tabletops here. But yes, they made their way to the town of Fandlin. A town beset by or plagued by new monsters, new issues that they had not been beset by in a while, and were immediately sent out on 3 quests, one of which was to save the local midwife from potentially certain doom, as she was living in the windmill, which was quite far out of town and could not, well, her safety could not be assured. They discovered that it was a good idea to go and find her because the windmill was being attacked by a manticore, which they did quite well at seeing off quite quickly before being given a healing potion and being sent on their way by the woman they'd been sent to save, as she did not want to move back into town, felt she was much safer where she was. They returned, were rewarded, and were allowed a long rest before venturing out the next day on their next adventure. So, you all wake in the Stonehill Inn, the tavern that you found rooms in, and it is a bright sunny morning. It is, however, very quiet.
You're out of focus, Brian. I don't know if you noticed.
I know.
You could fix that if you were using the OBS virtual webcam.
I'm not using the OBS virtual webcam, but I'm back in focus. So yes, you all wake in your room, Sidestep, used to sleeping on the hard-packed floor of the forest, had elected to sleep on the floorboards. Craig had elected to sleep in the bed, while I believe Fergan
You'll find that I don't sleep because I'm a warforged, and in fact, I engage in what's called a sentry's rest.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that Fergan now finds themselves rousing from their sentry's rest, being used as a doorstop.
Yeah.
Finding themselves jammed under the door handle of their room as an extra security measure.
Guarding the door.
Oh, that's really smart. Good thinking, Craig.
That's just.
I didn't know it was him. You were shut down at the time.
I can see and hear as normal when I'm in that state.
We did a very good job of guarding the door. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. That's all I want to do is just do my best out there and find my dad. Obviously, that's the other thing I want to do. Well, yesterday felt like a real milestone in our journey, guys. I'm really glad. Really glad we had such a good first day of adventuring.
I think you'll find that it absolutely was a milestone.
Yeah.
Because you
Yes, it
leveled
was.
up.
I don't know why there's a disembodied
voice making some sort of pointed statement at me right now. Almost like the narrator of this story decided to argue with one of his characters. That's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Is that my mother? Is that Bahamut?
You can smell from downstairs, at least those of you who require sustenance, bacon, eggs, breakfast cooking. The smell does waft upstairs towards you.
We're going to head downstairs for breakfast then.
Yeah, definitely.
FYI, guys, you got to tell me what you want to do. Otherwise, you're just sitting in a room for the rest of the fucking day.
For the rest of the day and do nothing.
We'll go get breakfast. Yeah.
I start juggling to entertain everyone.
As you make your way downstairs for breakfast, the common room of the tavern that you're in is much emptier than it was even the morning before when you arrived. The number of adventurers has dwindled to only 2 left now, sitting over in the corner. The quite studious rogues.
They're not the ones who think that Nikki's a paedophile, are they?
No, they're not the ones that think Nikki's a predator.
Okay.
It's the studious human man and the young, incredibly skinny girl with the papier-mâché unicorn mask on. However,
We haven't spoken to either of those, have we? I
I
don't
haven't
think.
spoken to either of them. The papier-mâché unicorn horn has now broken, but it looks like she's hastily kind of tied it together with string to try and make it work. The man's glasses are visibly broken. They're missing one arm, and they keep going lopsided every once in a while, and you can see him nervously kind of putting them back. They are both battered and bruised.
Are they sat together?
They are.
I would like to go and talk to them.
Okay.
We're going to go over with him because you're not letting him talk to people on his own again.
We've learned this lesson.
He's not allowed to talk to people on his own. Okay.
That's probably a good rule to have with a 9-year-old in a pub. Let's see. Wow, hello. You look like you had a rough day yesterday.
And they both kind of turn to you. And they're quite skittish. Like, they both kind of jerk in response to listening to you as if they're in fear of being hit. And the girl tries an awkward kind of smile and pushes up the mask so you can see more of her face. Hello? Small child? Possibly?
Hello. My name's Fergan Smurgan, and have you seen a gnome out on your travels by any chance? He wears all purple and he has a talking sword.
Gnomes?
Yes, he's a big, strong gnome. The biggest and strongest gnome who ever lived.
And you can see the man sitting opposite her is almost shaking in some kind of remembered fear. And he starts scratching at one of the bruises on his arms, and it's like we've seen lots of gnomes. We'd rather not see any again for quite a while. Thank you very much, but no, we've not seen a gnome dressed all in purple.
I mean, I think I might be a gnome. Is that a problem for you?
No, you don't look enough like a gnome to trigger us, I don't think.
I'm only half gnome and half dragon.
Oh. The girl kind of warily reaches her hand forward to kind of shake yours.
Nice to meet you. I'm Fergan Smurgan.
I'm Donabella.
And these are the Fergan ears.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Donabella Fiasco.
Wow, that's a heck of a name.
Thank you. I suppose.
What happened to your horn?
gnomes.
But gnomes are nice.
There's something wrong with the gnome settlement near here. They seemed very averse to being visited.
I look up to Sidestep and say, "Aren't we going to visit the gnomes?"
It's one of the places. It's either them or the dwarves.
I'd try the dwarves first, perhaps. Let the gnomes calm down, or possibly fix whatever is keeping them on edge.
When did you go and see the gnomes?
Yesterday, afternoon.
And what happened to shake you two up?
They have a great many strange inventions, which can cause a great deal of pain if aimed at you. Yes. If you don't mind, I think we're going to go back to our food. I don't know if the adventuring life is for us, really.
If you're not going to adventure anymore, can I have your cool mask?
No. She gives no further explanation. She just...
I look at the wizard. I say, "Can I try on your glasses?"
I need them to see.
I only want to try them on. I'll give them right back.
Come on now, Fergan. Let's leave the nice people alone. They've been through enough.
I want to try on his glasses.
You should listen to your carer.
He's not my carer.
I'll
He's my
put hand
sidekick.
up and start steering him away from the table. Take him over to another table.
Okay, bye. It was nice meeting you.
I'll look over and just be like, I'm so quietly mouthing sorry.
Okay.
Pick up some bacon on a fork and just smush it into my face screen.
As you sit, then drinks are brought as well as food by Toblin, who kind of looks warily around the room.
What happened to all the adventurers, Toblin?
They've not come back from their adventures, I suppose.
Oh no, we came back from our adventure just fine.
You did have a hole in you, in your shoulder there.
Better now.
And you did kill a mantic, oh boy.
I did.
Well, it appears that those who went out about the same time as you might not have been as up to the job as you were.
Does that happen a lot? Adventurers not returning?
Aye. Which is why I ask most of the time for people to pay up front. It also pays then to keep their room for as long as they've paid me for, and after that, their possessions go to someone who needs them more. I just perchance happen to find myself in need of most of their possessions most of the time.
I see. Do you find that helps cover the costs of running a business out here?
Well, to be fair, each drink you have is about a copper apiece, and each meal you have is about, half a silver, and each room you have is a silver or so, and, it costs about a gold a day to run the place, and if there's no one there, then I couldn't really keep the place open if it was just you three. How could I?
Do you say that your business relies on adventurers getting killed on their adventures nearby?
Well, no. A lot of adventurers who do come back are normally quite happy about the fact that they survived and tend to tip quite well.
I see.
It's just when they don't come back, I take the tips that I expect they'd give me out of their possessions. And before you ask, young lad, I've not found any purple clothing or gnome clothes.
Oh no, I wasn't wondering that. If my daddy was adventuring around here, you'd know about it.
I suppose I would.
Because all the bad guys would be dead.
Of course.
Do you sell on the possessions that you keep?
Well, my wife keeps the ones that are pretty, but most of the time, aye. There's a couple of shops around here. There's Barthen's Provisions, which is the general store just up the way there. There's also the Lion Shield Coster, which is a merchant company. They've got their offices here. And there's also, if you do find much that, Barthen's or the Lion Shield Coster won't buy off you, you can always go to Fandlin's Miners Exchange for anything you prospect and anything you bring back from excavations or mines or whatnot. And you can normally find someone in the Miners Exchange to take them off your hands.
Say, do you have anything from any of the adventurers who were here yesterday that might be useful for us?
Come now. They've paid for a week up front. Can't be asking questions like that until next Monday.
Say, do you have anything from adventurers who were here last week that might be useful for us?
No, sold it all yesterday.
Bugger.
Should have asked then.
I learned that word from Craig.
Just look at Nicky. Continue with my food.
Where do you think you'll be off to today then?
I'm going to head for the dwarves, don't
Dwarves and gnomes.
I? Dwarves.
Go for the dwarves.
Sounds like the gnomes are a little bit dangerous.
Oh, you'll be off looking for that Dazzlin on Norbus.
Pardon?
Dazzlin Greyshard and Norbus Iron Rune. Two Dwarven prospectors came through here a while back. Business partners. A nice sort. Little bit rough, I suppose, but if anyone can prospect for gold in the deep dark caves we've got around here, it's probably those two.
How long ago did they pass through?
Must have been about they first came several months ago. They come back into town every once in a while, but we've not seen them since the rumours of that white dragon started appearing.
The two people left in the bar. The one with that ridiculous horn on their head. Yes. They said they had some issues with gnomes. Have you heard this from other people?
That'll be Nomengard. They always were a bit of an odd sort up in Nomengard, but we've never had any trouble from them before.
They look traumatized.
It's not the first time I've seen someone come back having just met a gnome for the first time.
I'm half gnome.
I point at Ferg and I say he's my first gnome.
Well, you'll admit then that they are an odd sort. But they do grow. They do grow on you.
That hurt my feelings. You should say sorry now.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
All I can see is like an angry face and then straight to a smile.
Yep.
Like almost instantaneously.
Well, my Heather's hip's playing up, so that normally means either I'm sleeping on the sofa or rain's coming. So you might want to make your way quite quickly after breakfast. You don't get caught in the downpour.
Thank you. We will.
Do they sell waterproof cloaks in any of the stores you mentioned?
For waterproof cloaks, you might want to try Barthen's.
How do we get there from here?
Like I said, Barthen's is just over the way there. It's about... If you leave through the front door and turn right, go all the way to the edge of town. Can't miss it. It's the last big building on the right.
Okay.
Can there be anything else I can get for you?
No,
Now
I
we
think
like
that's
breakfast
everything.
And good luck, and I hope I don't have to be clearing out your rooms with you not returning.
Right, can I roll an insight on this motherfucker
Yeah.
to determine if there's anything fishy about all of this?
Mhm.
I rolled a 19 plus 3, that's 22.
Okay. While his morals might be slightly questionable, in at least your mind, you're not getting a lie. You're not getting any subterfuge from him. All you're really getting from him is pragmatism. This has happened so many times that he's just stopped letting missing adventurers affect him, because otherwise he'd be a mess.
Right,
So
okay.
he's kind of become numb to it and is trying to make the best of a bad situation, which is
He's
what
become
can
so
do.
numb. He can't feel you there. Are you singing the rest of the song in
I
your head
am,
now?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yes. So as he walks away, wishing you luck, you see Donabella and her colleague kind of stand, and he's limping, and Donabella holds out her arm and helps him to the stairs, and you can hear them talking about packing up and heading for home.
Should we?
That guy's basically a grave robber with extra steps.
We'll head out to the shops.
Yeah, let's head out there. We'll get you a cloak.
Yeah, I don't want to rust.
Didn't you say you were made of platinum?
Mostly on the outside.
Okay. Let's
I don't know what the gears inside are made out of. What am I, a Warforged doctor? I'm 9.
Wouldn't that be a mechanic?
No.
Here's a question for you. That potion we got, would that work on him?
Yes.
Yes, I think it does, yeah.
Okay.
Through
Okay.
the magic of D&D.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's rule 0. It works because of rule 0.
Yeah. Because they had healing potions and then they made robots. And they were like,
Yeah.
shit. Do healing potions work on robots? Yeah?
Yeah.
It would be it'd be a pretty big liability to take a race where like the most common healing items don't work on you.
By the way, you're all Warforged, but you have one traveling companion NPC who is the mechanic, who always
Yeah.
stays in camp, never goes on
Protect the
adventure.
mechanic at all costs. Yes, it's a very good idea for a campaign.
I've got an idea for next campaign. Cool. So, you make your way out. The large, what looks like it's like a warehouse on the edge of town.
So it's a house, but it turns into a wolf on the full moon.
But it's effectively a small dwelling with a rather large barn, which has been repurposed as a general store attached to the back of it, and it is just on the edge of the north side of town. As you get inside, it is, at the moment, at least this early in the morning, with everyone waking up and getting on with their normal jobs of like farming and such, you do find that the inside is empty of people. It is, however, full of most ordinary goods and supplies, rations, backpacks, bedrolls, rope. Doesn't actually stock, as you're looking around, it doesn't stock any weapons or armor, but most other gear you feel you would need for mining, prospecting, adventuring, dungeon diving. You can see most of that around. However, everything is quite cheap fare. Not cheaply made, it's just the more expensive items that an adventurer might need are nowhere to be seen. It's all very general goods.
I'm literally just looking for like a waxed canvas cloak to keep the rain off.
See,
Do we
I would
see
get
anything
my
like
hand with purple cloak.
Yeah. I think that this might not be the venue for a purple one.
Okay. All right.
Is there an opera singer in this shop?
Yes, there absolutely is. There's a bard, kind of just sitting in an office somewhere,
Nice.
playing as loudly as he possibly
Just
can. as you can
practicing
hear him
upstairs.
people. Okay, so as you go in, then you see a lean, balding man. Looks to be about maybe 50 years old, and he's currently like just whispering orders off in the back corner of the warehouse to two young, what look like clerks. They're wearing aprons, same as his, and they look like they work there. And as he turns and sees you, he kind of waves them away, and they rush off into the back. You can hear boxes being moved around, and he walks forward with a smile on his face. I'm Elmar Barthen. Welcome to Barthen's Provisions. How can I help?
This one wants a cloak. Pointed in. Purple if you've got it.
Heard it was going to rain, and I'm made of metal.
So you are. Very fine metal too. Is that platinum?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
No?
Stainless steel.
Stainless what?
Highly polished iron.
Okay. Alright. How much would you say you weigh?
Whatever the normal amount is.
You'll be looking for a cloak then?
Yes, please.
Come this way. He
Can I
leads you
just
over.
insight check on that? Asking him about how much he weighs.
Yeah?
I want to know what's going on in his head.
I think we know exactly what's going on.
17.
17.
Yeah.
His interest in your young travelling companion, you can almost see the gold coins kind of appear in his eyes as he weighs up this.
He's definitely looking at more precious metal than he's ever seen in his life.
Pretty much. And is not quite believing you when you say it's not platinum.
Perhaps we should get you a full set of clothes. I say quietly to Craig and Bergen.
But I'm so shiny.
He walks over.
That's the problem.
Are you all going to be looking for wet weather clothes, or just for the little?
Cloak.
Well, for a travelling cloak, for your size anyway, that'll be, considering your stature, 1 gold piece.
Okay.
For the oiled cloak, so the water
Yeah.
runs off.
Whole
What about
gold?
food and
I don't know
myself?
if we've got that much.
I can't let it go for anything less than that. I'd have to cut it down anyway. I've not got one in your size, and a full-grown man's one is worth 2 gold.
But Mister, I'm really worried that I might rust, and all I've got is 7 silver. Any chance you could give it to me for 7 silver, sir?
I could not, but for 7 silver, I could give you directions to a shop in a town over 100 miles from here that could probably outfit you.
He saved up all his coins.
My pocket money, sir.
Are you adventurers?
Yes.
Yes, but we're just starting.
We'll come back after your next one. You earn a bit more, and we'll see.
I'll seize up, sir. Out there on the road, it's raining today.
Could sell you some oil for a silver.
You throw in a cloak for 8. You've got a deal.
Thought you only had 7.
I've got 7, but one of the Ferganeers will lend me 1.
They can't lend you 3.
I wouldn't want to impose.
It's not imposing. They need to look after their little ones.
I throw a gold at him. Give me the fucking cloak.
I've got to cut it down to size, young man. Give me a moment. And he kind of just walks over to the desk and pulls out a large pair of shears, very, very sharp, and starts very carefully cutting
Fergus
the
just
cloak down to
muttering.
shape.
Oh, goddamn traders in podunk towns don't know about persuasion rules.
As he's cutting, he goes, "Where have you been already then?"
Before the Mandicore.
Oh, aye. You met Adabra over at Umbridge Hill. Why is that word escaping me? Windmill. I genuinely couldn't remember. Honestly, I couldn't remember the word windmill there for a second.
Yeah, we popped over for a visit.
So is that the only place you've been outside Fandlin then?
So far, we have been to the tavern.
Have you been very far west of Fandlin at all?
There's nothing west of Fandolin.
Fuck off. No. There's out on the coast there, west of Fandlin. There's an old stone lighthouse. Ships are drawn to the gleaming tower like moths to a flame, and end up doomed to crash upon its rocks. I would assume that their wrecks are probably filled with treasure. I was gonna, perhaps, send one of the other adventurers out, but according to old Stonehill, they've not returned.
So you've sent adventurers out there recently then?
No, I was gonna see who came back and who was strong enough to go.
How long have the wrecks been there?
The last one I saw sinking was about a month ago.
There's always adventurers in Fandolin, it seems. Why hasn't anyone been out to plunder these treasure-filled ships before today?
Because I'm waiting for one who come back without, missing limbs from their first quest, and you appear to be it.
It sounds fun. Do you want to come with us?
I think I'm alright just pointing people in the right direction.
I would like to insight check this man.
Okay. Insight check.
I would have liked to roll better than that. 8.
As far as you can tell, he's being honest. He doesn't look like a fighter or a scrapper. Doesn't look like someone who spends much time diving on wrecks. He seems honest.
That's it.
do this.
But I get advantage if I shoot.
What do you think, Craig and Sidestep? You want to try
Look
exploring
into
a
it.
sunken wreck?
We can look into it.
What exactly do you want from it? And what's it worth?
I would assume there's probably a lot of treasure there, and if you want to sell me any so I could improve my stock, feel free.
This is just a
I-
general goods store.
I could make it a specific goods store.
I like that. It seems like we could make a lot more money if we took the treasure to a bigger town and sold it to, someone who deals in treasure.
Oh, aye. But I've got a goodly amount of coin stashed away somewhere. I could certainly make returning with whatever goods you find worth your while.
Sounds like you could have afforded to give me a break on this goddamn cloak then.
How do,
Pardon my language.
how do you think I've got a goodly amount of coin stashed away somewhere?
What would you pay us if we brought you treasure from the treasure ships?
It would depend on what the treasure is.
If we go there and there's nothing of worth, then we've just wasted a trip.
I
So
know.
surely the trip has got to be worth something to you.
Well, of course, it's the friends and experiences you have along the way that makes the journey worthwhile. Have you not heard?
How about we'll make this trip for the cloaks?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you put an S on the end of that word cloak there.
Yeah, I think we'd all like some cloaks. I did say I
Okay.
wanted one as well.
Because
If we're going to explore dangerous shipwrecks for you, I think you could throw in a cloak for each of us.
I think you can make sure we stay dry on the way.
You can even put the shop's name on the back.
A sponsorship deal.
Stu's
I'm
learning.
Bergen Smurgen, and this is my favourite shop in Vandalin.
Stu's learning. Stu's been watching lots of another well-known D&D stream.
Yeah, yes.
What do you mean?
I tell you what. Come back from your next adventure with treasure, and I will provide you and show me that it's worth my while to give you free goods. And I'll give you a map to exactly where I think the wrecks went down, and perhaps something else that might help you along your way as well. Return to me with proof you... Well, tell you what. Return, and we'll talk more.
You got it, mister.
He does not look like he expects you to return. He's smiling,
Sure.
but it's a kind of sad, pitiful smile.
We're heading towards the Dwarven excavation site next, aren't we?
What is the mission at the Dwarven site, guys? Do you remember?
Ancient Ruins wants us to warn them about the dragon.
Cool. Yep. I'm sure that would just go smoothly. It's just going to be a
Oh, yeah.
quick jaunt there.
Oh,
Pop
there
back.
you go. There's a dragon. No,
Pop up there. Hey guys, there's a dragon mind. You might want to get the fuck out of here, and they'll be like, oh yeah, good, we'll leave.
As far as you
Come
can
back.
tell from what Harbin told you, that's exactly what the mission is.
Yeah,
Find
that's what
them,
I anticipate.
Tell them, return.
Okay.
For 50 gold.
Seems very legitimate.
You see,
And also, the gnomes, we were just going to go and ask them for some stuff, and nothing's gone wrong with anyone else who's tried to do that mission, so it's fine.
It's all going to be fine.
Yeah, this place is totally legit, and there's nothing odd going on.
He finishes darning, or like sewing together the bottom of the cloak, so it's all
Hemming, I
watertight
believe.
again. Hemming, that's the fucking word. And hands the cloak over, and it is the perfect size for you now. Doesn't drag on the floor. However, the hood is massive.
Thanks, mister. Hood's a bit... well, there's room to grow into it.
And as you say that, he kind of looks at Sidestep and Craig and is like, is he gonna grow?
Fuck if I know.
Not learning and swearing from me. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You said the shop sells mining gear?
Oh, aye. We got mining gear here. What are you looking for?
Well, this is it. I got no idea.
What do you want? Pickaxe? Shovel?
Yeah, how much are your pickaxe?
Not much. I mean, got this one, brand new for 2 gold, or this one, it's seen some use. Handle's a bit worn. Head's not as sharp as it was, but I could let that go for 5 silver.
I'll take the new one for 2 gold.
And you tried to make me believe that you didn't have that much money.
Hey, he didn't have that much money.
You,
He's a boy, not.
you naughty little scamp.
I'm only 9.
And he takes the 2 gold from you and hands over the pickaxe.
Oh.
Will there be anything else?
Do we want to buy a tent?
Are you after a tent one?
It would make
That's-
sense for us. Do you have tents?
Why, we sell tents. I can give you a 2-man tent for 2 gold, but it'd be a bit of a squeeze with 3 of you in there. Or there's a nice 4-man tent over there for 5 gold.
They want to use me as a tent pole.
2-man then.
Yeah, we should be okay. How much was that again?
2 gold.
2 gold. Okay, I'll hand that over. There we go.
Is that all?
I think that's everything.
I think we've been sufficiently fleeced.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure doing business with you. Come
I'm
back.
sure the pleasure was all yours.
Whoa. I do enjoy commerce.
Mmm.
Fergan's new nemesis, Elmer Barthen, the shopkeeper.
The problem is, it's my nemesis. I don't see any reason that Fergan would have any knowledge of what things cost.
Okay. And he,
Like, it's just me sitting here like, oh yeah, it makes sense, like a cloak would cost like several weeks' wages. That makes perfect sense. Like, no, you wouldn't expect any normal person to be able to afford a cloak, an oiled cloak. Of course not. But Fergan doesn't know he's sheltered.
seeing that he's not going to get any more gold out of you, then he smiles and walks into the back. And so that you can hear him mumbling away to his employees.
He's mumbling, "Hey, you won't believe what I got these fuckers to pay for a cloak."
If you don't
this is-
believe that I didn't just pick these prices off the top of my head, feel free to read the adventuring kit equipment page in the player's handbook.
Fine.
None of us would do that, would anybody?
No, of course, no one would deliberately read the adventure we're about to go through.
No, I just mean the player's handbook. just the equipment page. I'm kind of
Fair
hoping some of you did. Otherwise,
No, I've actually never read the player's handbook. Is that something you can buy somewhere?
No, you wait until your dungeon master invites you to a campaign on D&D Beyond after he's bought every single book that they sell and then shares the contents with you. That's what you do.
Works. Cool. I guess we can get underway to the Dwarven excavation then.
Mm-hmm.
Start making our what direction was it?
We want to head to the miners' exchange before going there. Because if we're going to an excavation site, the reason I picked the pickaxe up is because if they're going to give us any decent prices for anything we find.
If they want us to keep an eye open for anything.
Or we just play it by ear when we come back.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not going there to excavate, are we? Like,
No.
we've got a mission. If you guys want to go to the mining exchange, I'm happy to.
That's
Just-
fine. If I see
there's
something
nothing to
shiny,
pick
I'll
up.
make me a
You've already got a pickaxe, haven't we? So we just
We've
take
already
it
got
in
something shiny.
First thing we're going to find now is a load of fucking pickaxes.
turns. Just like
Just a barrel full of pickaxes. Get your free pickaxes, you went.
get to the excavation. There's just pickaxes everywhere.
So where are you going to the miners' exchange or just going to travel out of town?
Just start traveling out of town.
Okay.
It was southeast, was it?
Southwest.
Southwest was fun, was it? Got that written down on
Okay. You make your way out of town then, directed by Toblin the previous day to the mountains southwest, which you can see off in the distance. You cover much the same route as you did the day before. Get to the windmill. You can see Abra looking out the window. And as she sees you,
Abra!
she kind of half-heartedly gives a wave and then closes the shutter on the window. You can see that the manticore corpse has been removed. And there is what looks like a freshly dug grave on the side of the hill next to the windmill.
Suppose we should have helped her with that, really, shouldn't we?
Nah. Got a potion.
It was pretty clear that she wanted us to leave.
Yeah, you know what I said.
As you make your way then through the countryside, through the wilderness, you eventually, after a couple of hours of travel, find your way to the Dwarven excavation. As the mountains rise up around you, you enter a canyon. The rocky walls rise to a height of 80 feet. Eventually, though, at the end of the canyon, you find a 20-foot high wall of black stone. There is a broken gate carved into it, and you can see one of the stone doors is hanging precariously by a very old hinge, and the other door is completely missing. Beyond that open gate, then, in the shadow of the mountain, you can just make out the ruins of a settlement. All around you is quiet.
Hey Nikki, do you want to try seeing if you can see any like tracks around here or anything?
Well, yeah, you mean use that survival as fixing that?
Seems like something a ranger might do.
I will take. Is that Greg's advice or Fergus?
That's Greg's advice.
I'll take Greg's advice then. I will just have a good look around. You know, any tracks, anything for us to follow, or anything out of the ordinary.
I hear that sinister Sirenscape music, right?
Roll me a... do me a
Survival?
favor and roll me a survival check.
Uh, 11.
11. Any tracks here have been washed away by recent rains. It is not currently raining, but the ground is wet. You can tell that this place is pretty much constantly shaded by the canyon. very little chance or very little opportunity during the day for the sun to hit this ground and dry it off between rains. So there's no tracks that you can currently see.
Should we proceed quite carefully from here?
Yeah, I think we should
Quite
go
spooky.
slowly. You said it's quiet, so no birds or anything.
Nothing.
Then yeah, I think we want to be cautious here.
Okay. So you're going to creep in.
Yeah.
I want
Trying to be stealthy.
everyone to roll me a stealth check then, please.
Here we go.
We'll stay with the same one. No, I'm going to use a different one.
16.
19.
7.
That +4 to stealth. So it's a bad roll.
The barbarian and the ranger make their way relatively quietly towards the door into the settlement, followed by, unfortunately, the clanking platinum bard walking behind them, creeping. But as you make your way in, you look around. The canyon floor before you is strewn with rubble, bereft of any vegetation, except for a few very tough, scraggly weeds trying to hold on in the constant shadow. You look around. The settlement before you is a wreck. You can tell a lot of it seems to have been half buried. Most likely the entire place was destroyed by what looks like an avalanche. However, most of the rubble looks to have been cleared away, hauled away, piled up tidily in certain spaces around the places you can. And it's strange, there was some uniformity to it. The stone, as it's been excavated, has been piled up in quite artistic piles. But you can see then it's left the outlines of the stone buildings that lay there before. They're visible as just mostly collapsed walls. You do see a stone well leading further into the settlement. What would you like to do?
I'd like to have a look around to see if we can find any signs of life.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
We have a roll in that.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely all over. 5.
I rolled a whole 7.
Oh,
Well, even with that roll, I still managed to. Investigation, you said 6.
What was yours, sorry, Craig?
5.
You find
5, 6, and 7. Amazing.
you find
Well, I mean, investigation.
Hey, bro, but that adds up to an 18. So
you find that there used to be buildings there. As you make your way through, though, you do notice then further on appears to be a courtyard. You can see a partially collapsed 10-foot high wall that separates the ruined settlement from the courtyard that is then west of it. You can see there 3 heaps of rubble are piled quite artistically, quite high in this area. And looking on further into the canyon, you can see hewn from the canyon's back wall a 30-foot high temple facade featuring steps rising to the stone platform. Cut into the facade is a 10-foot high open doorway, flanked by crumbling but life-size granite statues of cloaked dwarves. Looking slightly closer, you can see evil grins on their weather-worn faces. You can also smell smoke, wood smoke, from a campfire. Just on top of the stone platform, you can see the flicker of flame.
And make our way towards the campfire, slowly.
quietly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, try and stealthily creep up on the.
You've moved far enough
yeah.
that I'm going to need another stealth check from you.
11.
Jesus Christ.
No.
15.
Okay. Unfortunately, climbing the stairs to the stone platform, there is a lot of loose rubble left over from the excavation. And without wanting to, you do make yourselves known in advance to whoever is sitting around the campfire. Fortunately, standing up and staring over the top of the stone platform down at you while you climb the stairs, come the faces of 2 dwarves. They bear shields and a warhammer each, but seeing you, immediately deciding you are no threat, they put their warhammers back in their belts. Hello? Who goes there?
Hi.
Say the line.
With
go on.
Fergan and the Ferganeers. We've come from Phandalin to bring you an important message.
Do you normally tramp about in the wild letting the wee metal lad speak for you?
It's hard to shut him up, to be honest with you.
Oh, I expect it is quite difficult to shut up a small metal lad. Not seen much like you before, boy.
A god made me.
I was going to ask, was it some kind of accident? Were you healed in some way that... No?
No,
Well-
my daddy did a great service for my mommy, Bahamut, and he wished for a son, and then that's me.
Your mummy?
Yes, have you heard of her?
Roll a perception check.
Uh-oh. 12.
Okay. You do just manage to hear him whispering to the dwarf next to him. I always thought Bahamut was a man. Or a male god. But I do suppose gods can...
What's gender to an immortal dragon god?
Aye, that's true. Come. The rains will be here soon. You'll want the warmth of the fire. What are you doing this far out with a small child?
We've come from Phandalin to warn you. But there's been a white dragon seen about these parts.
They sent a boy and his minders.
The Ferganeers.
The boy's tougher than he looks.
Oh, I have no doubt about that, but he's a boy.
I draw my sword and start swishing it about.
Oh, very dangerous. Possibly.
He killed Manticore.
He killed a manticore.
I'm gonna roll. I'm rolling performance.
Okay. I bet he did. I bet he did.
I rolled 17, so I do a somewhat impressive sword spinning thing.
All right. Put the sword down. I believe you. Before you
Yeah.
cut off my beard. Anyway, I'm Dalzin. This is my colleague, Norbus.
Norbus.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
You brought your message. If you like, you can have a bit of food with us and send you on your way.
Aren't you gonna come back to town? It seems pretty crazy to stay out here when there's a dragon about.
Ah, well, the dragon can't get in there. It's too small. However, at the moment, unfortunately, we can't get in there either.
What happened?
You'll not be adventurers, are you?
Yes, we are.
A name like Fergan and the Ferganeers, I expected so.
Perhaps you've heard of my dad, Mergen von Mergen.
Can't say I have.
He's a very famous adventurer. Perhaps you have.
Don't go in much for adventuring. I'm more of a archaeologist. An excavator, you might say. Don't keep up with current affairs.
Sounds boring.
Might also say that. At least my last wife did.
Oh no.
We've come up against a little bit of a conundrum, so we have. And you might be best placed to help us out.
What do you need?
What's the problem?
We love helping.
Spent the last few months excavating the settlement outside these walls and got through to these doors and got most of the way inside, but unfortunately we came up against some kind of horrible, gribbly creature inside, and we're not, well, while we might have shields and these warhammers, we're not very good at actually wielding them.
Okay.
You want us to kill Gribblies?
That is what adventurers do, is it not?
Heck yeah, it is.
As payment, we can offer well, I tell you what, we'll offer to split whatever we find inside with you, or whatever you find while you're inside, as this is obviously our claim. And if you do manage to make the excavation safe for us to enter, we'll give you these. And from his lapel,
X.
I would say pickaxe.
he takes a stone. And Norbus takes a stone from his lapel as well. And they offer them to you. What are they?
What do they do?
These are sending stones.
What do they send?
Messages to each other, of course. You can use them to send a message, and the person with the other stone can hear the message.
Gee willikers. That's a cool item.
You can only do it once a day, but it's quite useful if you find yourself separated by a rockfall or a cave-in, for example.
How specific?
That's not what it is at all, is it?
Well, to be fair, it is one of the most common things we come up against.
Hey, what split are you looking for of the treasure?
50-50.
So we do all the work.
You see numbers scrolling across Fergan's face again.
Half.
So, no, I understand 50-50. I have a maths tutor.
He's a
Seems to me like if we don't go in there, you get 100% of nothing.
Aye.
And it also seems to me like there's 5 of us in total. So maybe each of us gets
We'll
20%.
We'll not be coming with you.
No, I understand that. Which is why the 3 of us who are going to do the work should maybe get a slightly bigger slice of the pie, right?
Aye. Which is why we're offering 50-50 and these stones.
I think everyone gets a 5th. And we get the stones.
Or we could wait for the next lot of adventurers to come.
There's not going to be any for a while.
They all got beaten up by gnomes.
Ah, well.
How many have come before us?
Yeah, how many have you already sent in?
None. We'd not got this far the last time a lot came around.
How long ago was that?
About a month.
You're just going to hang out here for another month. Over 10%.
We're two dwarves surrounded by stones. Quite comfortable. Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I think that's what he's been waiting for.
Oh, God.
You were just drawing that out, weren't you? Just to punish Greg.
13.
No, I think 50-50 is good enough.
My natural charm isn't working for me today the way it usually does.
So we'll stay here.
Maybe
You
it's a
go-
local
you go-
dialect thing.
We'll stay here. You go inside. And we'll trust that anything you find, you'll give us 50% of.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Do we have that meal first? They promised us.
Do you not want to know about the Gribbly?
Yes,
Oh, we wouldn't
very
have that
much.
meal if we go. We've been waiting for food. I mean, come on.
Okay.
You're not talking.
He starts to share the rations around. Nolbus, like serving you all.
Thank you.
Fresh rabbit that they've recently caught and cooked. What it was, seemed to be that the shadow took form. It moved like oil that had its own mind. And it was dark yellow and just seemed to reach out with the shadows towards us. It was terrible to behold. So, obviously, we fled. Did not follow. But it's in there. Somewhere.
How big would you say it is?
Oh, not that big. About the size of a horse.
Horse?
How big a horse?
Is a horse big? Medium or large?
A horse?
Yeah, this is out of character, obviously.
Somewhere in between.
No, it isn't.
Depending on the horse.
There's no in between in D&D 5th edition, bro.
A horse is a large creature, I believe.
Yeah. Probably is. Yeah, large beast.
There we go. I would have assumed someone in chat was going to correct me if I was wrong.
Unless he means a seahorse, which is a tiny bit. Do you mean the size of a seahorse?
What's a seahorse?
It's a horse that's in the sea.
Do they have those? Can you ride them?
Apparently. If you're very, very small.
I'd like to see that one day. We don't spend much time at the sea. There's very few mountains, very few mines at sea.
Shipwrecks, though, apparently.
Can't swim.
Me neither, but I don't need to breathe either, so...
You should probably go wreck diving then.
Seems like a good idea.
You can tell a 9-year-old to go diving into sea.
In fairness, he is also sending a 9-year-old to kill a monster for him.
I'm sending.
You had an issue with walking.
I'm sending a trio of adventurers into a mine. It's up to you whether you take the child with you.
Have you guys noticed that we keep running into people who who chastise you for bringing a 9-year-old to dangerous places, but then send the three of us to dangerous places? I think this is a whole town of hypocrites.
Have you not visited many backwater towns before?
Nope. I lived in a manor.
Did you?
Yeah. It was very fancy.
I bet. What are you out here?
I'm looking for my dad. Have you seen him?
No, we've been over this, I think.
Nope.
Have we not? Who's your dad? No, we have.
I told you who
remember
my
now.
dad was. I just didn't ask if you've seen him.
guys.
It's
He's a gnome, and he wears purple all over, and he's the biggest, strongest gnome you've ever seen, and he's got a talking sword. Have you seen him?
Bergen von Turgen.
Smergen von Smergen.
That's the one. I've not seen them, no.
Dookies.
So,
Is there any other dangers we should know about before going in? We can see the town's being hit by what? The rockfall avalanche?
aye, but that was from the canyon on either side. This is built into the mountain, you should be fine. It's good.
Do you know if there's rooms inside, or is it just the one space?
No, there are a few rooms inside. We'll be wanting to keep to the main corridor, straightforward. There are a few, how you say, possibly secret entrances. There always are in these dwarven places. But
Traps?
probably not. This doesn't seem like the trapped kind of place.
Hey, what purpose was this built for? Do you know?
Well, from what we can determine, it was an old temple to Abathor.
Do I know Abathor?
You can roll a religion check.
Oh yeah, rolling dice is going really well for me today. I'd love to do some more of that. 11.
11.
Uh-huh.
You know that Abathor is a dwarven god. That's about it.
You know, rumor has it that some of these D20s I own have 2-digit numbers on them somewhere. I haven't seen them.
Anyone else rolling a religion check?
Well, $19, I got +1 to 20.
Nice. Okay.
Fucking nailed it.
You then, Craig. For some reason that I
Very
can't
religious
really
barbarian.
Very religious barbarian. Very interested in as you're traveling. You know.
The people that fighting dwarves that I spoke to. in the
You
arena.
know that Abathor is an evil dwarven god. He's the god of greed. And you also know then that during solar eclipses, Abathor would be appeased with sacrifices of both blood, gold, and gemstones.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah?
It's not a solar eclipse today, is it?
No.
Oh, good. Thought this is the kind of thing we should check.
Mm-hmm. Well, knowing this new information as you do.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
They said you're an archaeologist.
Aye.
How far in have you been? And do you have a map of what you
It's
have
just
seen
that.
so far?
It's just that one, what appears to be a kind of main temple room. That's where we found the Gribbly. That's as far as we've got. There is one room just off to the left there as you go in, but there's not much in there.
Okay.
Well, I guess we know what we're gonna know.
Actually, before we go, I'm going to show him the pickaxe and ask him how much it's worth.
This is a human construction. Maybe a gold. 2 at push.
Oh, well. Put it back in my bag.
I'd
On my
not-
back.
I'd not have bought it.
And mumble to myself. Prick.
You'll want one of these. And he gives you a pickaxe. I've got loads of them. That's a dwarven, mate.
I'll take one.
It's better than
You know what? If we're handing out pickaxes, I'll take one as well. Thank you.
Aye, of course. And he gives you a slightly smaller one.
Oh, nice.
They're both of very, very fine craftsmanship. There are Dwarven runes carved into the entire length of the haft. And it's of much... The head of the pickaxe, the pick itself, is... It's got a beautiful kind of wavy kind of grain running through the metal. You can tell that it's been folded many, many times. And even as kind of Fergan takes it off him and kind of swings it a little bit, you can almost hear it ringing in the air.
Is it so nice that it counts as a war pick?
No.
It's mine is his.
It is not... a war pick is a very specific design to be... just the way it is meant to be wielded. Obviously, a pickaxe is incredibly top-heavy. That's where all of the force is meant to be. A war pick is easier to wield for battle than a pickaxe would be. But
I've just put it in my inventory as a dwarven pickaxe,
Cool.
brackets, Fergan size.
Cool. So, they smile and settle in, hoping for your swift return.
Mm.
And you make your way into the dusty foyer of the temple. You can see where they've progressed a little way in. There's 2 sets of double doors, large, huge, heavy stone doors that have been... You can see spikes have been hammered into the floor to kind of hold them open. Even this ancient structure, the doors still, the way they sit, yearn to like swing back into place under their own weight. And at that moment then, as you walk up the dusty foyer, we're going to take a break. So it's 9 o'clock.
Makes sense.
But yes, thank you to those who have joined us so far. Who have we got in chat? We got 2 new followers. And thank you, David Uther, for the resub. Thank you very much for the resub 8 months in a row. I don't know if you're still here. I kind of hope you are, but thank you. Who else have we got? Biggie. Hi, how's it going? Freeman 0001 WD40. Yes, there should be some Dungeons & Dragons WD40 sold specifically for your Warforged stealth needs. That'd be great. I'm going to design that helps Warforged and people in plate armor with stealth checks. There's going to be the special liquid you squirt into the joints.
I think there's already like different oils and things, aren't there? Like armor oils.
Yeah. But one that helps you or gives you advantage on stealth if you're in plate armor, or gets rid of the disadvantage. That'd be good.
I'm swapping my dice. I'm swapping some Blink Dog dice for some other Blink Dog dice. These ones are cursed.
On the last stealth check, right, I was going to pick Fergan up and think like, all right, if he's on me, he won't climb. I rolled a 5 anyway, a proper drop.
You attempt to pick him up to help. Ooh, we have a new follower again. Loki_TV. I'll take it. Hi, Loki_TV, and welcome to the Dots of Beholder channel. But yes, we are going to take a break. We'll be back in maybe about 10 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. If you have to, please make sure that it is either the Blink Dog Dice Etsy store or LokiBattlemats.com to go and support.
Let's go to them in another
sponsors.
tab. Keep
Yes.
this one open.
Keep this one open. Go to another tab. Go and grab
Don't
your friends.
touch that dial.
Grab them. Tell them to watch as well. But yes, thank you for sticking with us so far. We hope to see you again in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
10 minutes where I definitely won't have come up with anything wacky to do with my camera.
Hello! We have returned. Hoping we didn't lose anyone. Oh no, we have one more viewer, apparently, since we've returned. Greg!
Why is it flipped? That's weird, isn't it? Is it like that on the stream?
Yes.
Oh, how's that happened? No, it's not. It's fine on the stream. You were lying to me.
No, it says controller disconnected.
Yeah. No, I was concerned about why it had turned around, but it's just in Discord. It looks like that.
I'm going to have to apologise for this timeline. It's really, really bugging me.
Yeah, we're not apologising for Greg, we're just apologising for the tan line.
Or are we apologising for the shirt?
But the shirt's nice.
Shirt's awesome.
With a leotard necklace.
It's not the fuck you. It's never been I hate you. I hate you all.
Oh.
Why do I do this to myself?
Good question. I think you're a masochist.
Yeah. Maybe. A little bit. But yes, welcome back to part 2 of session 2 of Dragon of Icespire Peak. So, you've made your way into the Temple to Abathor, partly excavated by your 2 new dwarf friends. And as you get through the dusty foyer, ahead of you, through the second set of large stone double doors, is a much wider expanse. Quick question. Do any of you have dark vision?
Yes, I think.
Yes. Up to 60 feet.
No, I do not.
It should be on your sensors, but dark vision 60 feet? Yeah, 60 feet. Yes. So me and Nicky both got up to 60 feet.
Okay. So,
What can we see, bro?
you can see loads of stuff. As you make your way in, and both of you begin to look around the room, you can see, well, for the benefits of everyone watching the stream, I will show everybody. It is a large stone room. The floor is paved, though the stones are beginning to show signs of wear. They are ancient, after all. The walls, a lot of what used to be frescoes, and possibly artwork carved into the stone, has fallen off. Nature reclaiming the cave and cavern. The structures supporting it, though, the pillars, are still mostly intact. And off on the far wall, you can see no other doors, no other exits to the room. The only thing you can see is what appears to be an altar. It is
Good question.
dimly
Good question.
lit, so your dark vision is not actually going to affect you. Your lack of dark vision will not affect you, Fergus.
Good news.
What was your question, Craig? Sorry?
It's a good question in chat, actually.
Oh.
Is Fergan's face basically a giant torch?
No, it's very dim. It doesn't, for the purposes of mechanics, it doesn't emit any light at all.
Like crash it into a big like wall.
Yes, what would you like to do?
Well,
As you look in the room then, actually, everyone roll me a perception check.
Yes, I will. Do I roll it with disadvantage because of the dim light?
No, the light's enough.
Okay.
Shut up! The natural one.
21.
1.
Same.
3.
So Craig got 3. The other two of
Up
you
his
got.
toe.
Okay. As you look around then, you can see no sign currently of the monster that the dwarves spoke of. However, you do remember that they did mention doors, secret doors, that would be hidden in a dwarven temple like this. Fergan, looking off to the left of the room, you do see a slightly different shade of stone in the wall. That's meant to look natural, but isn't quite. You've got a pretty good idea of where a secret door might be. Almost directly opposite, then, sidestep, you see a similar door, or potential door in the stone.
Hey, what do you guys get for rolling investigation? Do you have any bonuses to investigation out of interest?
Is that +4?
+4 is pretty good.
Yeah, Nicky's a back on.
Ooh, I see where there might be a secret door over here on the left. Maybe I should investigate.
We want to do the same on the right.
We're gonna split
Okie
up.
dokie.
I can shoot across the room.
That's fair enough. I'll go with Fergus.
Okay.
I've rolled a 15 investigation.
15 on investigation. As you move out into the room then and start investigating the door, you can see where dwarven hands, or hands as small as yours, might find their way into the seam between two pieces of stone and move the stone to one side. But it might take all three of you working together, maybe to open one of these doors. As you notice this, you also hear a slurping sound from behind you. I would like everyone, please, to roll for initiative as you turn.
Hey, you remember that we rolled, both Nikki and I rolled 21 on our perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
I know.
Okay.
Doesn't quite work if something is completely imperceptible until it starts moving.
Something completely imperceptible until it starts moving.
Are you gonna...
You're right there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
You got indigestion or something?
No, everything's fine.
You did something. Done something bad.
Gotta look on the stream just to see if what he's done is visible.
Oh, there's nowhere I can back up to be off the map on this one.
Nope.
That's true.
You're stuck in here with us.
I was literally thinking I was going to try and do that on him.
He's not stuck in here with us, we're stuck in here with him.
I don't
Right,
have
can
any-
you do me a favour and describe this gribbly now that we can see it?
I absolutely can. What you see before you resembles a dark yellow amoeba consisting of thick, porous, like golden sludge, and it moves slowly along the dungeon floor towards you. It's taking on more mass as it sucks itself up from the floor. The slurping sound you heard, you believe, was as it fell from the ceiling and landed on the floor before you. Dun 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 dun. Give me a second. Okay, Fergan, initiative.
That would be a 9.
9. Sidestep.
17.
Excellent. Craig.
8.
8. Okay. There we go.
Believe it or not, that's good news.
Cool. Okay. First up, sidestep.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I
so-
don't have any ochre jelly miniatures, so you're going to have a direwolf.
Bought a pot of jelly.
That's what Millie would have done.
Huh?
Millie would have made jelly for us.
And I would have eaten it.
Could have even thrown it onto the board.
By the end of that Christmas one shot, everything was mixed with everything. It had made some weird kind of icing sugar jelly cement.
There was an in-universe reason for that, though.
Mm.
It was explained by the plot, which I thought was a nice touch.
So yeah, sidestep. What do you want to do?
I'm guessing we're just going to go straight out and attack it, is it?
If you want to.
What do I do?
Well, I'll use my my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. Hunter's Mark. Cool.
Right.
Is that legal? It's only his second session of D&D ever, and he remembered to do Hunter's Mark before his attack.
I think he's cheating.
I think he must be, yeah.
Yeah.
I have my cheat sheets. I have my cheat sheets.
He is cheating. He's got reminders and everything.
Laura Bailey played a ranger for 2 fucking years, and she learned to do Hunter's Mark before her attack, literally in the last episode.
Episode 116.
I guess I'll take a shot with my bow.
We love you, Laura Bailey. We're not.
I'd much rather play D&D with Laura Bailey than Nikki, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay, so you take a shot with your bow.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Ugh.
I don't care what order she casts her spells in.
What was it? 13?
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second. There we go. A 13 does hit.
Ooh.
Oof.
Okay. So you see that one?
D8 and a D6. Yes.
There's
Yeah.
no way he's not going to be resistant to this.
So that would be 9 plus 3, so 12.
12 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you see the arrow sink into the flesh, and it does make a tear in the jelly-like substance of its skin, which doesn't quite heal up with the passage of the arrow. And the arrow does just stay there suspended in this jelly. It does appear to take full damage.
Mm.
It is, however, the jelly's turn next.
Quick question.
Yeah?
I need to be marking off arrows, don't I?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I have never asked anyone to buy, unless it's a stupidly high level spell. I have never, or you specifically want to make like +1 arrows. I've never asked anyone to mark off spell components or ammo, because it just.
I mean, I track spell components if it's like if they have a value. Like
yeah.
Because
Like a 500
most people
gold
just
diamond for Revivify or something. It's
most people just use a spellcasting focus, right, for your average spells. But if it says that the components have a value, that's when you have to start tracking them.
Yeah, like Hero's Feast or Revivify. You
Oh,
have
even-
to have
even like-
that thing.
Even something that costs 10 gold, I'll make sure I've got it.
Yeah,
But
just mark off the gold. Don't mark off the. I don't
Yeah.
need you to have a list of the components you have. Just mark off the gold. But yeah, I don't ask you to track regular ammo like arrows and pellets and stuff. I don't ask for that.
you're a ranger, you can fucking make arrows.
Yeah, out of anything.
Yeah.
Right, so the ochre jelly that you have just shot
That's a wolf.
is going to move.
It's a jelly wolf.
Coming for me, innit?
It's a big wobbly wolf.
Oh, good news, guys, it ain't
Towards-
fast.
The larger of the targets, Craig, the hulking barbarian that he is, safe in the knowledge that the one you didn't notice
Eat
on
shit.
the ceiling above you falls
Of course.
to attack sidestep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be one attack with its pseudopod. So it lengthens part of itself into a whip and begins to swing it at you. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is going to be... There we go. Use that one. Okay, so you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you take 3 points of acid damage as its flesh kind of seeps through your clothing and begins to burn your skin.
Okay.
It is now Thurgan's go.
Okay, I'm going to...
As you watched it move, by the way, Thurgan, as you turned, the one that moved towards you and Craig, it is moving very slowly, so it's only moved 10 feet. So if this helps you,
Yeah.
Or informs
Yeah. That's... I was counting. I'm going to start by... I'm going to reach out and touch Craig and cast Heroism.
Reach out and touch Craig.
So Craig gets 5 temporary hit points.
Cool.
And Stu, I don't know if I explained this properly last time, but those temp hit points refresh at the beginning of every of each of your turns. So if you lose those temp hit points, it just keeps going back up to 5 basically each turn, on top of whatever your regular hit points are.
When you take damage, you always take them off first. And then,
I would give that to Sidestep, but you're on the other side of the room from me. It's a touch spell.
Lesson learned.
And I will. I'm going to move
Don't
around
split the
behind.
party, man. Don't split the party.
I'm going to move around behind Craig and back towards. I'm pointing on my screen. That's not going to help you. The temple, the pillar that is behind us.
Okay. Cool.
Just want to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's fine. Yeah, no, I want to be. Sorry, mate. I want to be closer to the center of the room than that. So
Okay.
so I've got everyone within 30 feet of me, basically.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Corner of that square in the middle.
Yeah, about there. Perfect.
There.
Yep.
Cool.
And for my bonus action, I will inspire Sidestep. I say I can't think of the name of a hunter god in
Artemis.
this setting. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Artemis. Wow, you shot that arrow just like Artemis would have done. Good job, Sidestep. There's a big thumbs up on my face screen.
You're doing great, sweetie.
What does that mean?
It means that at some point you can add 1d6 anytime within the next 10 minutes. Only once, obviously. You can add 1d6 to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. It can be added after seeing the roll, but before Barry tells you the outcome.
Okay. And is that the end of your go?
That is, yeah, that's move action, bonus action. And
Cool.
What else? What else you want me to do, man?
Craig.
How far? I'm not going to go there yet. How far is Nikki away?
Nikki currently is about 40 feet away from you.
But the jelly isn't, is it?
The jelly's closer, but one of the jellies is 5 feet away from you. The other jelly is 35 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm going to rage.
Yeah.
Remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
The thinking.
It's the entire point in a barbarian.
If I was to move over to the one near Nicky, can I attack, or is that?
It is with your movement right now. What's your movement? Is it 30 feet?
30.
Yeah.
My great axe, 5 foot reach.
No, basically a great axe with a 5 foot reach means it needs to be in the space next to you.
Adjacent square.
So it's just like.
Looks like it's poking into that square though, Brian.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm going to end up attacking the one closest to me then.
I actually think your instinct to go for the one attacking Nikki is probably a good one. If you can get to it.
Slow, isn't it?
Because Nikki, that's got to have been like half your health you took in that one hit.
Let's say it
And
just
the other one won't get to you for like a round or two.
Okay.
It's just close enough.
Nice.
So if I move within distance of it, am I able to attack?
Yes.
There we are. Then I'll move over to that.
You're going to run over to the other one and swing for it, yeah? Okay, cool.
Because otherwise I would have wasted my rage.
Cool. So you are within striking distance.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, do I?
What's your roll?
It's a natural one.
You could
Yeah,
it could have been a reckless attack.
Yeah, alright, You are learning. If you remember, you can reckless attack.
You give yourself advantage. It does mean attacks against you also have advantage, but you're raging and you've got 10 hit points and stuff. Might be worth it.
Okay. Yeah. So what am I doing?
You would reckless attack, so you roll with advantage. You can roll another d20 and see if that one hits.
Don't use the same one.
No, I did use the other one. The other one rolled me a 1 last time. This is a 1 now. You're having a slap.
It's 2 ones.
So that's...
You did in your first session roll a double natural 1.
I did roll a double natural 1.
So that means basically your luck can only get better from session 1.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. So it's a 15.
15? A 15 definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah. So my damage, 1d12.
I don't want to give maths. It was a 17.
Ah, sorry, I looked the wrong one. It's fine. So 18 in total with the rage added on. Yeah.
18 in total, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you bring your axe down onto the top of the jelly, and it sinks straight through to the floor, splitting the jelly almost completely in two.
Now we're going to fight 3 jellies, boys.
And then you see that it is completely in two, as the 2 separate sections of jelly fully form as their own completely separate entities. Give me a second.
Awesome.
27 divided by 2. That's not that many. It's only 13 hit points each. That's fine.
You're enjoying this too much.
Of course I am. I'm the dungeon master.
You're a bastard, is what you are.
Hey, got rounded down.
That's not your choice. It's the fucking guide.
True. There we go.
Thank you for generously obeying the rules.
It's alright. There we go. So now... Shit, sorry. That journey has been...
Fucking knew he was going to split that.
Yeah. I had a suspicion. But it's metagaming, isn't it? Like, we know, but our characters wouldn't.
It's
So,
not like you have an option other than a great axe.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I've used everything.
Back to the top of the round. Sidestep.
Bear with me, I'm just checking something.
He's reading.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was just checking because my target that's got Hunter's Mark on has to die before I can move it, yeah?
Mhm.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happens with his hunter's mark now that? Oh no, it's on the
Hunter's
other
mark's
one.
on the other one.
It's fine.
Well, I'm gonna have to hit the one that's next to me.
You do.
One of the
You do
ones
have an
that's next to
option.
you.
You could use your action to disengage and try and get far away from them. But then you won't get to make an attack this round.
It'll have its opportunity attack though.
No, if you use disengage, that's what the action's for. If you use your disengage action, it doesn't. It's under actions. If you're on the actions tab, actions in combat, and one of them is disengage.
Yeah.
If you take the disengage action, your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn, and you could then move like quite far away from it, which would prevent you. But obviously, you can't attack because that is an action.
Yep, I get you.
Sorry, Owen's in chat. No disengage. Never stop. Always going. Big dick DPS. Okay. So yeah, if you want to, you can disengage.
Well, since you've just said they've got 13 hit points, I know I can't kill it with one hit, so I will disengage
Okay.
and move away. I'll come towards Fergan.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, you can. You can move towards Fergan if you want.
Yeah.
So I wanted to fight something I could pick up and throw. I'll throw a jelly.
Leaving Craig with the jellies. There we go. You
That's
deftly,
what Craig's for.
you deftly skip between the two now sundered halves of the ochre jelly that are now moving in concert towards Craig. Is that the end of your go?
Just because I need the hit points, I'm going to bonus action shift, which means I can have 3 temp hit points.
Okay. So what bestial appearance do you take on?
Well, I was raised by wolves. What do you think?
Yeah. So you now
So-
see Sidestep rushing towards you, looking like an looking like a chihuahua. No,
Okay.
no, looking with many more bestial features, like a wolf eyes,
Corgi with a bow.
paw. Is that the end of your go?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And there we go. So you gain 3 temp hit points. And what? The benefits dependent on your shifter subrace.
It's all just for rolls. Like I get advantage on like survival, perception,
Okay.
medicine, insight, and animal handling.
Cool. Okay. So nothing of use during battle. That's fine.
So, that's well,
That's all I needed to know. Okay. So is that the end of your go? Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. So the first jelly that you notice then is going to make their move again towards Fergan.
That really hurt.
Very
Yeah.
slowly.
It's almost like you should have seen it.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Dogs can't look up.
And
True. They can't. That's a fact.
okay. That's
Nikki,
the end
remind
of
me
the
how
turn.
much you hit this. How much you hit this jelly for?
I can't remember. What was it?
12.
12.
12.
There we go. But that one's not fit up. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just
what did you say? 27.
something
Rod?
dangerous is happening. I'm having a thought.
Okay.
Um,
How many jellies do you want to fight before it gets into turn up?
The two smaller jellies both make their attacks at the same time on Craig. So, in fact, one of them
Oh, you're gonna get flanked.
moves themselves around Craig.
Are they smart enough to do this?
I was going to say, do you think the jellies?
Pardon?
Do you think the jellies are such master tacticians?
They're trying to completely surround him and engulf
Guys,
him.
it doesn't
digest
fucking
him.
matter. They had advantage anyway because you reckless attacked.
When
So
it's gone behind me, was it directive for me, so do we get an opportunity?
no, because it never left your melee range. So the first one is a 20, not a natural, dirty 20.
Yeah.
The second one hits you. It's a 21. So, Craig.
Oh, it was nice knowing Craig.
Good run, boys. Should have
Yep.
used my spear.
For bludgeoning damage, then, I'll do bludgeoning first, because you're resistant to this now, because you're raging. The first one, you take 4 points. That's after the resistance, you take 4 points.
Yeah.
The second one that hits you, you take 3 points.
Cool.
With the acid, you take 2 points of acid damage from the first one. That's full acid damage.
Okay.
That's cocked. And you take 2 points of acid damage from the second one. Jesus Christ.
Cool. So 11 total, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So don't forget to take that off your temp hit points first. So you lose your temp hit points and you take 6 from your actual hit
I
points.
think it does it automatically because it did last time.
I think it took it automatically.
Should do, yeah.
But then you got to put the temp back every time, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Fergie.
that just a quick question, sorry.
Yeah.
With the 10 hit points, that doesn't count for mine. I don't keep putting mine back in, do I?
No, you don't.
From
No,
your
you don't. Not
from
with-
your shifter bonus action, no.
What do you spell that you can do that?
No, that just happens with the.
So each time it goes to the top of the round, they go.
Yeah. Each time it goes to your turn, I believe.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, at the beginning of Stu's turn, yeah, he gets 5 temp.
Cool.
Okay, I am going
Snooker.
to.
Or Fergie's
Yeah, I'm
turn.
going to move. This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting combat encounter.
I like Biggie's comment in chat. Well, this was a short campaign.
Yeah. Okay, I told you what I'm going to do. I'm going to viciously mock the big boy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, hey, didn't Paddington bury you one time?
Cannon.
And he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
He
How
does.
wise is this fucking jam?
That is going to be. It's got a -2 on it,
He's grinning.
so that's going to be a 10.
No. It's gonna be a D4. Psychic damage.
Cool.
That's 2 psychic damage.
Two.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay.
And I am going to. Is it a bonus action to draw a weapon? It is, isn't it?
It's a free action to interact with an object that's on you. I think like that
Okay.
to draw a weapon.
That's fine. I'm not going to use my bonus action.
Oh, no,
so
it's-
I'm going to.
Part of your attack action if you want to draw a weapon.
I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw my dagger,
Okay.
and I'm going to move into base contact with that jelly, the big one.
Okay. Hang on. I've just realised something.
Oh no.
I don't want you to realise things.
No, it's fine. Might actually be quite a good idea to have Fergan around. Can't digest Fergan.
I wouldn't have thought so. I'll tell you a story, guys.
I'll tell you a story. Is that the end
I
of your...
want this to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. I want Greg to be inside it, just ripping it up with his fingers.
That's why you pulled the dagger.
Yeah, that's my turn. Yes.
Okay. Craig, beginning of your turn. Add 5 temp hit points on.
Ooh. My melt. Okay.
It's making a lot of noise.
It is
It's ridiculous.
Or your laptop.
You're gonna die at some point. Okay. Gonna attack the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
It's just this one, isn't it?
You can reckless attack again, so give yourself advantage if you want, but that again would mean that any attack on you has advantage, remember.
Yeah.
I think it is worth doing personally because they've got you flanked anyway. They're going to be attacking with advantage.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use it. Better. 23.
23 definitely hits. Roll for damage.
I won't split another one in half.
I probably will, actually. Let's be fair.
Knob. You're having too much fun.
8.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. You slice into it, taking a chunk out of its flesh. This chunk, as it hits the floor, begins to dissipate and sink into the cracks in the floor, not reforming as another jelly. You may have taken it down to its smallest possible size. The one that you hit now looks like it's having trouble keeping a coherent shape. The others, however, are still there. Is that the end of your go? You're still raging.
Yeah. Think so, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Sidestep.
I will take a shot at the big one
Cool.
Yes, thank you.
because it's got my hunter's mark on it and I will remove damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 20 to hit.
20
Not
definitely
enough.
hits. It's I'll let you know now because you've all hit it quite a few times. Its armor class is 8.
Alright. It is 12 again.
12 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Your arrow once more sinks into the largest now of the 3 jellies and hangs there suspended in its form. The jelly starts to tremble as if hurt. It does not split, though. It's still in its large form. Everyone roll me an intelligence check. So roll the d20, add on your intelligence modifier, and that's it.
17.
70.
Nice. Okay. None of you actually that high up in intelligence, but well done. So
Fucking hell.
you all,
Patronising, isn't it?
your characters, not in real life.
That feels like when I got a maths question right in Dr. Hopkins' class.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
As you all kind of look at the jellies around you now and take in what Craig did, you get the feeling that perhaps only certain types of damage, like slashing, are prone to creating more jellies by slicing them in two. You're pretty sure that piercing, or at least the one spell you have used, won't affect it in that way. Biggie, stop being funny in chat. You distracted me from the game. But yes, sidestep, is that the end of your go, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There we go. And there we are. It is now the two small jellies next to Craig. Keep forgetting Stu's character's name. So, I'm going to take first hit. Is going to be a 17.
Yep.
And the second swing for you is going to be a 10.
Nope.
Excellent.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Bri. Just say hi, Geeky Knights, and thanks for the raid.
Yes! Geeky Knights, thank you very much.
Very cool to see you guys.
Raid. Oh, it worked. The Streamlabs thing, it actually worked.
Your stream bot.
Excellent, yes. Thank you for the raid, guys. Okay, so the one that did hit you then, bludgeoning damage, which is going to be halved. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And from the acid, you take 4 points of acid damage. So 8 in total.
Was that for bludgeoning already halved, yeah?
Yeah, the full bludgeoning was already halved. Okay, and Fugan,
Yep.
your go.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be.
Actually, I apologise. I missed out the jellies go before the other two small ones.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so one is going to swing for Fugan.
Who knows?
That is going to be a 14 to hit.
That is my armor class,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore that does hit me.
Yeah. You take... there we go. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
1 point of acid damage.
Cool.
And now it is your go, Fugan. I apologise.
No problem. How are you looking, Stu? How's Craig looking?
I'm just over half, but by the time it comes back round to me, I'm gonna have another. So should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly looking all right.
Anyway.
Okay. I shouldn't have got into contact with this guy. How's the slime in front of me looking, Bri? Pretty bad?
Messed up.
Yeah. I'm going to take my disengage action then, and I'm just going to move back away.
Okay.
And I will inspire Craig. I'll be like, Craig, I kept him off you for a round, but it really hurt, so I'm gonna be back here, supporting you.
To the like silhouette of like all the jellies we just see at them.
Yeah, I'm supporting you from back here.
Okay.
Way back here.
I didn't know before.
So you run the fuck away from the slow-moving ochre jelly.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, and is that the end of your go?
Move action, bonus
Cool.
action.
Craig.
So I get my 5 hit points back. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. So which of the ones? The one in front of me? How's it looking?
The one in front of you looks like if you kicked it, it would die.
Cool. You want to go for that one if I fucking turn in it, the one behind me?
But I'm gonna keep going for the big one because you're gonna.
I can take the really damaged one on my next turn if you like.
Well, I'll turn and hit the one behind me then.
Cool.
I'm gonna Hang on, 2 seconds. Yeah, it's a melee weapon, isn't it? I'm gonna use my javelin then, because it's piercing damage rather than slashing. Oh, are you making a face?
Oh, good.
I just want to check something.
Is there under melee weapon?
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I still get my
It's just a big spear. The javelin's just a spear.
Okay.
That
and
you
it's
throw.
right in front of me, so I'm not throwing it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Why have you got a whip? No, it doesn't matter. That's not for now.
Fighting arena.
I know why you've got a whip.
Shut up.
Don't forget you've got Bardic Inspiration,
yeah,
so
yeah.
whatever it is, you can add a D6
Yeah.
to it if it's worth it.
Remember, their armor class is 8.
It's probably worth
Yeah.
adding a D6 if you haven't made it.
Yeah, I'll be adding a D6. That's me.
Hang on. Wait a minute. To hit them, you've got a +6 with your javelin. So unless you rolled less than a 2, which would
You
be an
know what he rolled.
automatic.
You don't know what I rolled.
Is it a natural one?
It's a natural one. Yeah.
Unfortunately, regardless of whether you use that Bardic Inspiration anyway, so you do hold on to it.
Yeah,
at the
get rid
moment,
of it.
you would miss. A natural one is always a miss.
Hey, if you attacked recklessly, then
Oh yeah,
you would have had advantage.
reckless attack.
You can do that every round.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's a bit that. But you've already hit.
There we are. Oh, I didn't, because I'm going to re-roll again, am I? So 16.
16 to hit.
The arm class is 8. You rolled a 10.
So good. Yeah, I know that. But I got to tell him what I just rolled.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You hit. Okay, roll for damage.
Yeah. So 11.
11 points of damage. Okay. Again, you lop a hefty chunk from the body of the jelly before you. There is still a small amount left, shivering in what you can only imagine is pain for this creature. But it is still technically alive. And it is now... Sidesteps go.
Did you add your temp hit points back on, by the way, Stu?
Yeah, they're back.
Cool.
How does he cut a bit off with a javelin? Just asking. Thank you, Biggie. You thrust
He
your
stabbed a bit and it
javelin.
withered away.
You thrust your javelin and pulled it out, and half of it just kind of
Yeah.
sloughed off with the damage that you rendered with the javelin.
Just to
Thank you, Biggie.
let you know as well, right? When you asked me what my shifting does, I only just noticed this. It hasn't mattered so far, but I get advantage on wisdom checks, and no creature within 30 feet can make an attack roll with advantage against me unless I'm incapacitated.
Okay, cool.
Pretty cool.
That is
Just to let you
actually
know.
good to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going to take a shot at the big one again. Yeah, well, that's a 13.
It
So-
definitely hits.
There we go. Ugh, not so good this time. That is an 8, I think. Where is it?
That doesn't work as well.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
that
gift
is
sub,
8.
Cardiff Rogue. Thank you very much, Ian.
Oh wow, thanks, Ian.
What was that, sorry?
8 damage.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
The jelly,
Oh,
again, shivers in what you now know to be agony for this type of creature. The only way it can express itself in motion. It is barely hanging on. But is that the end of your go?
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else?
It is now that jelly's turn. So it moves towards what it
God
considers
damn it.
to be the
That's what
only
I was
sure
trying to
meal
prevent.
in the room, it being surrounded by its allies. And all three of them are going to make attacks against you, Craig.
All three with advantage as well. It's unfortunate.
Okay, that's going to be a... there we go, 22.
Yeah.
Ooh, an 11.
Nope.
Ooh, and a 10 with advantage.
Oh,
So
that was a let off.
one hit against you. You take... Ooh, double sixes. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you
There you
take...
go, those 10 hit points.
You take 3 points of acid damage.
Cool.
Not too bad.
It is now Thurgen's go.
I am going to. Well, which one of them looks the weakest?
It is very much of a muchness. It's the two jellies, the two smaller jellies that are attacking Craig.
Well, you said the big one looked like he was barely hanging on.
However, there is a lot more mass to him, so you can
okay,
maybe
cool.
take a little bit. This is my DM way of trying to describe.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I've got you. Okay, I will viciously mock one of the smaller ones.
Okay, cool.
And be like, hey, I had a cold last year, and I had something like you come out of me. Is there something around here with a cold? I don't know if that's vicious. He's 9. Roll a fucking wisdom save.
Well, that is going to be a roll to 6, so that's a 4.
Yeah, he's going to take a d4
Mm-hmm.
psychic damage. It's 2.
You see the jelly react to your words, exploding, splattering ichor and acid around the place. The explosion, however, was not that large, so none actually splashed onto your colleague Kren. But one of the jellies evaporates, and it's
Getting a kill with
sinking
Vicious
to the floor.
Mockery always just hits different.
Is that the end of your turn?
Sure is.
Cool. Okay. Next up, Craig. The big one has now moved to attempt to try and devour you as well.
Cool. I'm gonna have to try and hit the big one.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I'm gonna have to use a javelin again. 'Cause I'm not splitting this one up.
You've still got your Bardic Inspiration, don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 8.
8. It definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Yes. Better. 20.
20.
20 damage? How?
Actually, no. Sorry. Maybe I did the wrong thing there. So. Oh yeah. Sorry. Wrong one. I grabbed that one instead. I like.
I wonder how you get 20 on 1d6 plus 4.
9.
9 points of damage.
Are you adding your extra 2 for rage, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
As you stab the javelin this time, piercing, javelin, as you stab the javelin into the mass of jelly before you, it's almost like bursting in incredibly overripe fruit with a dagger. You see the slightly more liquid insides of this form spill out around your javelin as it starts to deflate into the floor before you and sinks into the cracks and crevices in the paving stones. The largest of the jellies is now defeated. There's one small one left. What do you do? Oh, is that the end of your go?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And sidestep.
So, bonus action, I'll move my Hunter's Mark, even though I don't think I need to.
Okay.
And I'll take a shot at this last one.
Go for it.
That is 9.
9. It does hit. If you'd missed this, I would have
Yeah.
missed myself. You miss. Jelly gets a natural 20. Craig's dead.
13 damage.
13 points of damage. At this stage, it is overkill. Your arrow strikes true, dragging a line of jelly and acid straight through the remaining jelly, splattering it against the wall behind. And all of the jellies are finally defeated.
Da 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 da.
I don't have alert. I don't have sound alerts on at the moment, so they can't play the victory noise. But yes,
That's what I just did. That wasn't me, by the way. That was Bergen playing that on the lute.
But yes, all of the jellies are finally defeated.
Finally,
Silence returns to the
what do you
room.
mean finally? I think we did that pretty swiftly.
To be fair, it took like 30 seconds, I think,
Yeah.
in total, in game time. Well done,
Okay then.
he says, not mockingly. So, what would you like to do? You find yourself now in an empty room, the acrid smell of slightly acid-burnt flesh
Covered in jelly shit.
permeates the air, covered in like very caustic jelly.
Hey guys, what if we, before we explore further, what if we have a sit down for a while and just recuperate a little bit from that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could even go out and chat with our dwarf friends again.
Yeah. Go back
Um,
out to the campfire.
Recuperate around the fire.
Do we want to let them know that the jelly's dead yet, or do we want to look around for ourselves?
That's fair. Yeah,
We can
let's.
decide what we let them know we found then.
That's fair. Yeah, let's just chill here for 45 minutes to an hour.
So you can have a short rest and
Yes.
possibly recoup some hit points.
During which Fergan will play his Song of Rest.
And for the benefits
Which-
of the other two players, what does the Song of Rest do?
Song of Rest. If you or any friendly creatures who can hear this performance at the end of a short rest, you regain more hit points basically. So I don't know if you guys know how the short rest works,
Yeah.
but basically you have a certain number of hit die. So because we're level 2, we have 2 that you can roll to regain hit points. But because I'm using short rest, you get an extra 1d6 that you can roll. So I'm just going to use 1 hit die and 1d6 from the short rest.
So on D&D Beyond, click on your
Character portrait.
your character portrait,
Yeah.
and you should be able to click then short rest. You should give that to you as an option. Or actually, if you're on your laptop, it's just at the top. Yeah, just click
Yeah.
short rest, and you can mark off however many dice you'd like to use to recoup hit points, and then roll that dice.
Yeah, you need to roll at least one in order to get the benefit of the Song of Rest, though. So.
Yeah. I believe yours, Stu, would be a d12
Yeah, 1d12 plus
for a
2.
barbarian. Yeah. So 1d12 plus 2 on a short rest, and 1 plus 1d6 from Fergan.
And just mark it off on the D&D Beyond and tick the...
Yeah, you just tick the one that you've used.
You regain then those hit dice to use again after a long rest.
Well, you regain up to half of them
Yeah.
after a long rest.
Okay.
And what was it? 1d6 from Greg's, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d6 from mine, and then whatever your hit die is, which as a barbarian is going to be...
d12.
Is it a d12?
1d12.
Barbarians
yeah.
get the biggest one.
Yeah,
I got
I
8
heard
from
that about them.
Yes.
Nice. I also got 8. I'm 1 off max HP now.
2 off.
Craig?
Anyone use 1?
Got 15 in total?
Nice.
Nice. You should be fully healed, yeah?
Yeah, fully healed.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm guessing I lose these 10 hit points now because my shift only lasts a minute. How do I go away?
I will say my Song of Rest, by the way, is a song about. It's all about how Smergen von Smergen outsmarted the masked lords of Waterdeep and escaped with.
That's not like an 8-bit thing.
It's like 5 stanzas and a really involved chorus, which has like a call and response element to it, and I make you guys do the response bit. And it's all about how Smergen outsmarted the masked lords of Waterdeep and escaped with like some really important treasures.
If they can hear that outside the door.
Yeah. Did you say you were going to investigate the room as well before you left?
Yes.
Yes. We lose this inspiration as well, don't we?
Yeah. It doesn't last.
Yeah, that only lasts 10 minutes.
Everyone roll me an investigation check then, please.
Cool.
Hang on, I gained my shift again after a shot.
If you've clicked the take short rest thing, it should reset anything that you get back after a short rest. Oh, I rolled a natural 20. So 22 total.
12.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Investigation 6.
Okay. Staring around the room then, Fergan, as you sing, taking in your surroundings. Having found the other secret doors previously, you do now notice that there are, in fact, 5 secret doors. Most large,
Secret
but one
tunnels.
quite small. And
How
it's
small?
More like a secret cupboard, and it's connected to one of the pillars, one of the 4 pillars in the room. And as you knock around on the stone on there and open it up, you do discover a cavity, currently packed with dwarf skulls that tumble out of the door when it's opened. However, at the bottom of the cavity, you do find an unlocked stone coffer, in which are 15 gemstones.
Ooh. Okie doke.
As you take them out and share them around, the 2 more worldly of your group, reckon these gemstones are probably worth about 15 gold pieces each.
Nice.
That come to about 1 million gold?
Yeah, about 1 million gold, yeah.
Suddenly they turn into dust and you no longer have them.
I've
Sorry.
noted them down, guys, because I know we got to split them with. Well, unless you guys want to lie to the dwarves on the way out, which we'll deal with then. I know we said we'd split with them anything we found. So I think actually, in service of that, maybe we like pile the skulls back into that cubby and close it up, so it's not obvious that there's been a disturbance there.
Yeah.
Good plan.
You
This
have
is one deceptive 9-year-old.
I'm chaotic good, but I'm
I'm also aware that, like, because you guys are new, you know, not everything occurs straight away, right? Like, just trying to be supportive.
He's a walking calculator. Don't worry about it. It's a machine.
Yeah.
So you see now there are 4 doors left. There's one in the north wall, one in the south wall, and 2 in the east wall.
Is there anything that distinguishes between those 4 walls?
Apart from the colour of the stone, they all look relatively the same. The south wall would be the one that Sidestep moved towards before the jellies attacked. The north wall was the one you'd moved towards.
You say the north wall looked like all 3 of us could open it.
Yes.
Between us, yeah.
In fact, all of the doors look relatively like it would need all of you working in concert to try and open the doors.
When we walked in, did you say there was an altar in the middle?
There is.
Can I check that out?
Yeah. You look around the altar, there's very little on it. Anything that was there was probably ritualistic in purpose. There seems to be a useless for cutting but quite ornate blade. Its handle is rotted away in the damp, like a dagger, like a ritual dagger. There was probably once a cloth laid over the altar. The remnants of it lay strewn in tatters around the sides. Apart from that, you find a few copper pieces. Do you want to know how many copper?
Yeah.
You find 6 copper pieces.
Waste not, want not. Look after the coppers, and the gold will look after themselves.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I think 6 copper pieces actually comes out to about 1 million gold after conversion, right?
Which door would you like to open first?
I'll go back to the one that I was originally investigating.
Yeah, we'll go to that center first, though.
North wall. Okay.
I'm gonna wedge my fancy dwarven pickaxe into the hole to get a bit more leverage because I'm not strong.
You can either all roll a strength check each, or the strongest of you can roll with advantage because you're being helped.
Yeah.
I think we know who's gonna roll.
Oh, it's going to go badly now.
You can do it. You can do it, Craig. I believe in you. But not so much that I'm giving you Bardic Inspiration because I have a limited number of uses of that.
So is that what?
So, that's the one.
You can for this. You can do an athletics check. So your skill instead of just your strength.
Ooh. Oh, there we are. So 16.
16.
Don't get roll again. You got advantage.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Okay. So it takes a good couple of minutes of concerted effort, or at least you, who's used to feats of strength, trying to get anyone else to push in concert with you. But after a couple of minutes, you do eventually manage to push the door open. There is before you then a thin corridor, maybe only 5 feet across, that moves at a right angle to the right, maybe about 10 feet away.
Anyone want to check the ceilings in here now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do our elf eyes see? As we gaze into the.
Definitely looking at this time as well.
Okay. Now, from what you can tell, there is nothing. Now, particularly looking out for extra wet patches of stone that might be concealing a jelly, you can't see anything. FYI, if you ask what's in a room and the DM says you can't see anything, either you're never going to see it or you don't have to roll a perception check because there's nothing there.
Gotcha.
Cool.
At least this one. Some cruel DMs basically make you roll. It's like, so I look out the window, roll a perception check.
And then you like
you roll a 1 and therefore don't notice that the town you're in is under siege
Yeah.
by an army of thousands of orcs with ballistae and trebuchets. Yeah, it all looks fine out there.
But yes, as you move through the corridor, then you get to another quite small room, much smaller than the temple itself. It appears to be from the small little wooden structures you can see littering the floor, most of them broken, half rotted away now. But the shape of what they were, this would probably have been the priest's bedchamber for the temple. You can tell very quickly anything of worth has rotted away or already been taken.
Okay.
You move on.
Right. Yeah. Try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see then through the next door, its wooden door having rotted away.
Yeah, Ian's right, actually. We check under the mattress for porn.
In a priest's bedchamber.
It's a priest room. I'm not looking under there. It's bad enough we've got a 9-year-old with us.
That's fair. Yeah, the incriminating evidence really starts to mount up.
As you move into the next room, an empty stone font juts out then of the southwest wall. You can see a stone wardrobe against the east wall. Holds the mostly rotted remains of what look like two... I mean, they're dark and mostly covered in mold now, but they were probably dyed red suits of leather armor. Craig, from your earlier religion roll, this checks with what you wouldn't have known about the priests of Abathor and what they would have worn, though they're now ruined and worthless. The age on them and the wear. The next room you get into, it is slightly smaller than the vestry, though the same shape. Part of the wall has collapsed. So you can see there, half buried in rubble, is the skeleton of a dwarf priest. You can see the half-rotted red leather armor covering its body. It looks like its skull was crushed. You can see a large stone with a dark black kind of corner to the stone where it's pierced the skull. The blood covered in dust now. Roll me a perception check.
No.
Oh, come on.
6.
Natural 1.
10.
Okay.
So 6.
Craig. Looking at
I'm going to
the...
rubble anyway.
Okay. Looking at the dwarf then. Around the neck of the skeleton, you do find, after pulling it out of the ruins of the red vestments, a tiny jewelled dagger on a silver chain. Can any of you read Dwarvish?
No.
Okay. There are runes on the blade. Unfortunately, you can recognise them as Dwarvish, having seen them on the pickaxes that you've been gifted by your new friends outside, but unfortunately cannot read what they say.
We're taking the dagger.
Cool. Okay. There is just one final room.
We will
However,
head into it.
you can see just a large room beyond, but you can see this room through the very, very small gap at the top of a huge pile of rubble. There is a
Should we
faint...
try scrambling over?
The gap is going to be probably too small for you to get through.
Even me, I'm tiny.
It's a very small gap. However, the rubble is loose. If you spent enough time, you could probably clear it away.
Yeah, spend some time.
We'll
We'll
take
spend some
the
time.
Use our pickaxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are 3 of you. Do you just want to clear it away enough for one of you to get through? the smallest of you, or all of you.
The smallest of us doesn't have dark vision.
True.
Does anyone have a torch?
I do, actually, I think.
Yeah, I can go through with a torch.
There we go. Yeah, okay, we'll clear it for him and I'll give him a torch.
Hey, do you also have a rope?
I'm in there. Yeah, we're gonna tie a rope to him.
Yeah, please.
I've got rope as well.
Yeah, we should have 50 feet of rope.
I do, yeah.
Now remember, if I give the signal, which is incoherent screaming, you pull me back, right?
Like a pixelated warble.
Yeah.
Or the R2 noise.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna make that sound because my neighbours have kids.
Okay.
It's 10:30 and I don't want to screech.
So it takes you a good couple of hours then. Because to do this safely and stop the rest of the corridor caving in, you do it carefully. And it takes a lot of strength. There's a lot of large stones that need to be moved. It's a good thing Craig is there. But after a couple of hours, there is enough of a crawl space to get Fergan through comfortably. You make your way through into the next room. Inside, it's quite sparse. Apart from the alcove you see in the south wall that holds the rubble of a shattered statue. In the alcove in the north wall, there is a statue of a dwarf with horns, and it stares greedily at a large glowing green gem in its hands.
Okay.
And that is all that is in the room.
I am going to cautiously approach that statue, looking out for potential traps.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Roll me an
do you want me to
investigation
roll
check.
anything?
Investigation.
Yes, I will.
please.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for.
Right.
Oh, it's good. 17?
17.
Yep.
Indiana Jones moment, or
You
Yeah.
look around. You check. There are no... From what you can tell, there are no hinges, no seams on the statue. It appears to be all one structure, carved from the same block of stone. There appear to be no moving slabs on the floor, no pressure plates. As far as you can tell, there are no traps.
I am going to... I'm going to first call back and I'll say, guys, get ready to pull me back very quickly. And then I will reach out using the dwarven pickaxe and try and hook the gem away from the statue's hands.
Okay. You hook the gem. The gem comes loose very easily. It's not fixed to the statue. As it falls, before it even hits the ground, it turns to dust. I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I
As
thought it
the
might.
statue explodes, sending shards of stone in all directions.
Okay, dexterity saving throw.
You just took
Glad
a
we
gem
got
from
that.
you just took a gem from the statue of the dwarven god of greed.
Yeah. 17 on the dexterity saving throw.
17.
Yep.
Okay. So you do just succeed.
Oof.
You do still
That
take...
might have been the end of old Fergan.
You do... Well...
Young
it's
Fergan.
4d10.
It still might be.
You take half of 4d10 damage.
Okie dokie. The odds are in my favour, at least.
Are they? So what's that? 16. 23.
You've just killed a 9-year-old boy, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. So rounded down, you take 17 points of damage.
Fucking hell. I have 1 hit point. Pull me back, pull me back, pull me back.
These two just like resting on the other side of the rope, going, "No, it's fine."
You just heard an explosion.
Well, yeah, hearing the explosion, we would have.
Oh yeah, we're pulling him up now. We've heard the explosion.
Okay, so you pull him back, empty-handed, and as he is pulled back through, the rest of the room caves in, probably forever sealed off.
Hey guys, that wasn't worth
What
it.
did you do?
He's got like shards of stone sticking in lots of his metal plates, and
There was a really big gem. Like, really big. But it was a trap.
Okay, so we're
I'll
gonna.
be fine.
I could have pulled an Aladdin on you.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. I said to Nikki, "What do you reckon this is now? Indiana Jones or Aladdin?"
I'm gonna drop myself a quick healing word.
Okay.
Get myself off the absolute bare minimum hit points you can have and still be a living person. 2 + 5, 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was close.
Good thing you only sent one of you through the door.
Right?
Imagine if all of you had to roll that. So,
Yep, that could have been a TPK.
you have, as far as you're aware, searched pretty much the entire temple.
Cool. Before we go out, I'm going to conceal 5 of the 15 gems about my person.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check to see how good it is.
Okay.
Not too bad.
15.
15?
It's not bad.
You're pretty sure that, especially with the strange structure of your body, if someone were even to pat you down, they probably wouldn't be able to determine where those gems were.
And I don't think we'd allow 2 grown dwarves to pat down an angry boy.
Yeah, if they start trying to touch me, I am going to scream.
Do you make your way out?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have to show him the dagger to find out what's on.
Show him the dagger. Give him
Yeah.
play with the gun since he's just. Did we
The
see
dagger
it?
and... Yes, I wasn't trying to hide it.
Yeah, okay, there we go. We're going.
So we have the dagger and we found 10 gems.
There we go.
Yeah, we head out.
Okay. So, you get back out. The explosion did echo, as did the sounds of battle. So they were wondering, and probably thought you were dead after a couple of hours of not coming back out, followed by an explosion. So they look pleasantly surprised to see you as you return to the campfire.
I'm just going to straight away ask what's for dinner.
You said there wouldn't be traps.
Well, didn't rightly know whether there would be or not, but I'm glad to see it didn't kill you. You're not
Barely.
dead.
It
are
was...
you?
No.
I've had trouble with ghosts before, you see, and some of them, when freshly dead, look quite lifelike.
I imagine the ghost illusion is not helped by the fact that I'm covered in, like, stone dust. I'm just, like, fully grey head to toe.
It's not like one of the factory things flashing on the on your screen.
Yeah.
Are the monsters dead?
Yes.
Yes, we killed her.
Did you find anything?
Yes. We did, in fact.
What did you find?
And I'll open the coffer and say, we found these gems.
Oh, lovely. Anything else?
Yes.
We found a dagger. Let's show him the golden dagger with the runes.
It's not a dagger. It's like a letter opener.
It was around the neck of a skeleton.
One of the priests.
Sounds about right. These dwarven runes here say greed is good.
I understood that reference.
So, I tell you what. These gems here, they're worth about 15 gold each. So if we took 5 and you take 5, that's a fair split, would you say?
Yes. I would.
Yeah.
How do we split the dagger, though?
Well, most places around here, you'll only get perhaps 50 gold for the dagger. But I know I can get closer to 60 if I take it to a proper, someone who knows its worth. So how about I only take 3 of the gems, which means you get 30, and I take the dagger.
I would like to determine whether I think he's being honest about the value of this dagger.
Okay.
That is a 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
You get the feeling, listening closely to his words, he's probably being honest about what you'll get for it around here, if you were to sell it on in Phandalin, for example. He might be underestimating how much he could get for it elsewhere.
I think you're going to get more for it than you say.
Well, if you think that, I could keep the 2 gems. Or I could keep another gem. Make it fair, and you can try and sell the dagger on. I guarantee you it'd be a lot easier selling gemstones than daggers.
Will do.
I think take him up on his offer.
We're not greedy by nature.
Yeah.
We'll take you up in your offer then.
It has been, my friends, a great pleasure doing business with you.
I'm sure the pleasure has been all yours.
Personally, I don't think you should sell it. I think it belongs in a museum.
What have we got to say?
Fuck off. Did you say your name of your adventuring group was Fergan and the Ferganeers?
That's correct. Tell your friends.
I will. If I
Just try to like a heroic pause.
I'm just heading
While
back
still
to-
dribbling into that.
I strum a power chord on my lute.
I tell you what then, there is... We were going to go and have a look, but... You've done us a good turn, so I'll do you one. We're going to try and make this place more secure, so we're going to go in and clear it out a bit more. They're about 5 miles south of a nearby village called Conyberry. There's a shrine dedicated to an old god called Severus.
Severus Snape.
You might have heard of it. The people in Phandalin talk about it often. But there are some creatures there. Probably easy for you folk. But when it was last sacked, it was said that the villagers, before they died, hid a lot of gold or valuables there. It's not been looted since, so none of the valuables have been found. You might try that.
I am once again asking to insight check
Yeah, go for it.
this dwarf.
Go for it.
I don't know why this guy just sets off all of my I don't trust this guy bells. That's a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
He appears to be truthful. You get the feeling that he's being truthful about where he's sending you. You also get a slight, a very distinct impression that now his claim, or their claim, is safe for them. They want you to bugger off so they can make sure of their ownership and stake a proper claim.
Hey, could you write us a note that says that we came here and told you about the dragon so we can take it back to Harbin in Phandalin?
Oh, aye, of course. Oh,
Thank you.
You'll be wanting getting paid for your quest.
Indeed, we do.
Aye, I can do that. And he scrolls something, signs it with his name, a few dwarven runes, and hands it over to you.
Excellent.
I suppose you'll be making your move now then.
Suppose we will be.
What
Good
kind
luck.
of day is it?
It is now. You can see that the sun is setting. With a couple of hours travel, you'll be back in Phandalin.
But it'll be night before we get there, I presume.
It will be probably like nighttime once you arrive.
Should we push on and try and get back to stay in the inn rather than having to sleep in a tent?
Yeah,
Yeah, go on.
yeah. It's like I did
Let's
that.
push on.
Okay. The dwarves wave you goodbye. You see them packing up their things as they make their way further on into the temple. As you make your way then through the courtyard, through the ruined settlement, and out of the old walls that guarded the settlement outside the temple to Abathor, I want everyone to roll me a perception check.
Oh god. Ah, that's a natural one. I
17.
perceive nothing.
Sorry?
20.
20.
20 for me, 17 for Nikki.
Okay. Skipping happily as you are now, lucky to be alive. You don't notice, Fergan, but the other two do. The loud footsteps that seem to be coming around the corner of the canyon in front of you.
I'll grab him and stop him quickly.
And as you do, about 20 feet away from you, three...
Can we quickly hide if we hear them? If, as a group, we know about them?
You could have, if Nikki wasn't grabbing you to stop you walking on.
Well, that's just how he tells me that this is happening, right? What's the benefit of hearing this in advance if we can't hide?
It's not a surprise.
Okay.
You are not surprised then when three large, brutish, full-blooded orcs turn the corner. They stare up at the temple behind you and then crane their necks down and look at all three of you standing in the way of what could be quite a big prize for them. Without speaking, without any attempt at parley, they take their weapons from their shoulders and rush to attack.
Prick.
However, that'll have to wait till next time.
Oh, get to fuck.
It is 10 to 11. So I had fun. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Right?
Yeah, I had fun as well, up until that last moment.
Do you know, I was going to step aside.
It's fun. I almost died. Fergan almost died.
I'm still almost dead. I'm going to get murdered by these orcs. I've got 8 hit points.
Okay, so not quite leveled up yet
Okay.
because you haven't yet finished this part of the quest, because this part of the quest does end with the title "When Orcs Attack." So that's the end. But no, you'll be able to level up after, or probably mid next session. Do we know when that'll be?
I mean,
Very well.
What are you guys' shifts like next week?
I am. The only advantage of my job is knowing my shifts for the next 2 years.
I won't know 100%, but I can tentatively say Monday again if people are up for that.
Yeah, works for me.
Sorry, is that Monday again?
If people are up for it, I can.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. It's the date today. 21st today, isn't it?
Yeah.
28th on Monday.
Gone too far.
employees of the place where Brian and I work always know what day the
Oh, yeah.
28th is.
Oh yeah, every month.
Yeah, I'm off next Monday.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Monday sounds good.
Cool. So, same bat time.
Same bat time, same bat station.
Next Monday, you can join us for the conclusion of this cliffhanger ending. One of you barely hanging on to existence. The other two a little bit worse for wear.
I'm fine. I'm actually fine.
Yeah, but you do have a 9-year-old child with you who has how many hit points right now, Greg?
8.
I'm just going to throw him at them and
Hope for the best. Let the barbarian.
I'm hiding in a tree.
Well, to be fair, your DM has told you that as a ranger, you can turn anything into an arrow.
Fucking platinum arrow.
I'm very offended.
But yes,
which damage would he do?
improvised weapon.
1d4 improvised weapon.
There are rules for this, but yes, thank you guys. Thank you very much for the game, players.
Yeah,
thank you
thanks.
very much.
Thanks to the raiders, if any of you have stuck around.
Absolutely.
And,
Thanks, obviously, as always, to those who have watched. Thanks to those who will watch.
particularly massive thanks to Ian for gifting us up in the middle of that.
Absolutely. To Charlie, no less.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much as always. The community is the reason that we stream this, and obviously don't just play it in the background. Though I don't actually see that there would be that much of a difference in the shit that happens, apart from the fact that Greg might use less pictures of me to give
I probably
you
wouldn't
shit.
bother being upside down either.
Yeah, like, he's only entertaining. In fact, no, you're making it worse. Stop watching.
Hey,
At some point, me and Nick might learn.
Yeah.
Hey! I used my hunter's mark.
you did. You used it correctly.
He
and-
already knows more than what is technically a professional Dungeons and Dragons player.
Yeah. Probably the most famous ranger of all time.
But yes.
No, I suppose Aragorn's a ranger, technically.
Thank you for
the
the
most,
question.
the most attractive ranger of all time.
But
I
Aragorn
would
is a
still argue
ranger.
that.
Vexalia, Aragon. But no. You have both. Both is good. No, you have you have many choices for tomorrow. I believe Charlie over on HEYY_Charlie, if she's up for it, is going to be streaming more Mass Effect 3 tomorrow.
I believe that's the plan.
on her
Probably
Twitch channel.
in the afternoon rather than
In the afternoon?
late afternoon, early evening sort of time.
I believe that was the plan. We'll see how that goes. But I've been enjoying watching it so far. Loving the nostalgia trip, or the trip down memory lane, watching Charlie.
And I think the best part about it is Mass Effect 3 has the Citadel DLC, and Charlie's never played the DLC.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she'll get to see her go through all of that.
For the first time ever. Awesome.
Oh God,
Um,
what's gonna happen? No, don't tell me.
You also then have a choice between me and Greg. Tomorrow I will be, for the first time, because it's live, playing Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, because it's...
I probably won't stream if you're while you're streaming Dark Alliance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I will let you know then, towards the end of my stream, when I'll probably still join you in Valorant, because I want to try out the new agent that they've got. I'll let you know.
Oh, you're not going to get to try him because Owen's already dibsed him as his
It
main.
depends who picks him first. But yes, you get to play. I'll play Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, and then Greg will be playing Valorant, and I'll jump on there with him as well, and Millie, and probably Owen and Morvid. But yes, lots and lots of streaming tomorrow, lots and lots of streaming for the rest of the week. But apart from that, take care, stay safe, wear a mask, don't go outside unless you have to, get vaccinated if you can, and if you haven't already. Can't wait to see some of you guys in person soon, including, especially, my actual players. That'd be nice. Yep. But yes, we love you guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Stick around for a raid. I am going to Raid.
I think
Loki
Loki
Battle
Battle Maps are streaming. Yeah.
So stick around if you want. Thanks, guys.